Commission for us to know that for sure. But the fact remains is if it is all added up, what we have is $1 billion worth of debt, including long-term projected interest that will have to be paid off within the next 25 years. How that's going to be paid off will be all dependent upon the fiscal conservative control of government, will depend upon the revenues that come in, the hope that our assessed valuation of property will be stable rather than decline as it has been all around the country, and whether our county option income tax will hold strong so that we will have that revenue rather than, as we did this year, have a 16.5% decrease in that area alone. So, yes, we can pay off the debt, but we have to have all those factors, and if we have an economic recession, there better be some fiscal conservative management in this city.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegelman. Mr. Brainerd.
Heard a lot in this campaign about people not knowing what the debt is. There's a very simple way to find out. Let's go to the city's website, www.carmel.in.gov. You can go to this page and you print it out, and there it is on one page, available for anybody who wants to look at it. Now, the question bonded versus unbonded, the only thing I can think the person asking the question wants to know, the only type of unbonded debt, bonds are long-term debt, unbonded debt, I guess, is short-term debt. That would be our bills for the next 30 days, but that's just in the normal course of business. Anybody else, we get a bill, the clerk treasurer pays them within so many days after the council approves the claim. As to how much debt, that's where Standard & Poor's and these independent third-party rating companies that have no interest in Carmel politics come in and assign us a rating. And our rating was increased for our property tax bonds in the middle of the last recession when these companies were downgrading many, many cities across the United States. That's good news for Carmel.
Thank you, Mr. Brainerd. Mr. Acetero.
Based on a report that I recently received from the clerk treasurer, the total debt, bond and otherwise, is around $560 million. Now, does that include all the debt? I really don't know, because we have another shadow government here in our city, and it's called the Carmel Redevelopment Commission. And I don't know, because they own interest in a restaurant, they own interest in party event time. You know, I don't know, you know, what interest they have. And one area that the mayor did not include is installment debt. The Carmel Redevelopment Commission has $115 million or more in installment debt, where through third-party financing agreements arranged by that attorney we paid $3.6 million to set up, where the debt is sitting on someone else's books, but the Carmel Redevelopment Commission is paying them installment payments over the next 20 to 25 years.
Thank you, Mr. Acetero. Now we're at 30-second rebuttal time. Mr. Spiegelman?
Yes, I've had a number of supporters email me saying, well, we looked at the Carmel site to see what the debt is, and the latest information we could find was for 2007. And maybe the mayor has a secret way to get to this page he's talking about. But the fact of the matter is that, very important, he keeps on telling us that the rating by the Standard & Poor's organization went up to AA+. The fact is, it went up for a rating for the environmental economic community, not our bonds. We do not have any general obligation bonds, according to the clerk treasurer's office, and that is what Standard & Poor's rates.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegelman. Mr. Brainerd?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Brainerd. Mr. Acetero?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry, 30-second rebuttal.
That was fast.
I'm sorry, I thought you said nothing.
No?
Okay. The hearing's going now, I guess.
That's
I apologize.
General obligation bonds refer to your general taxing power. The only general taxing power the city council can do by itself is for property tax. So those are a synonym for property tax bonds, and we do have some. And that rating was given a AA+ rating, up from a AA. You asked about the date on the website. It's, I think, 3 clicks from the home page February 2nd, 2011. It's updated through then, and it's available to anybody that. And then John's talking about subsidized. Well, I guess I can't get into that with this answer. Sorry.
Save it for the next one, right? Thank you, Mr. Brainerd. Mr. Acetero. Is 30-second rebuttal? Yes, sir.
Back to the AA plus bond rating. If you factor bond rating as AA plus, why are we borrowing money at 7.81 and 9.2%? We're not talking about $10 here. We're talking about over $40 million. That's the questions that need to be answered to each of you in the audience. Why do we do this if our bond rating is so good?
Thank you, Mr. Acetero.